What's up, everybody? It's Ross. We're back at it with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be talking about 5 things that science cannot prove. I like to remember and learn things using acronyms, so today we're going to be using the acronym MEALS. Try not to get too hungry. Number 1, metaphysical truth. Science cannot actually prove metaphysical truths such as external world existing or other minds existing outside my own. Such truths lie within or under the framework in which science actually operates. Science presupposes them, assuming they're already true, but cannot prove them using the scientific method. Metaphysical truths are commonly explored using philosophical reasoning, rational intuition, or even theological reflection, not science. With metaphysical truths, science fails. Number 2, the E in MEALS stands for ethical truths. Science cannot prove moral or ethical values because questions of ought to or should or good or bad or right or wrong go beyond and transcend empirical measurement or scientific quantification and require evaluative judgments. Here, once again, science fails. Number 3, the A in MEALS stands for aesthetic truths. Science cannot prove judgments of beauty or aesthetic value. For example, that man is handsome, that woman is gorgeous, that painting is mesmerizing, because beauty is not simply reducible to something like a scientific variable or experimentation or quantification. Aesthetic appreciation involves subjectivity, qualitative elements that depend on human perception and opinion. Here, once again, for aesthetic truths, science fails. Number 4, logic. Science cannot prove logic. Logic is actually one of the tools that science uses itself to do science. So science cannot justify it or explain it without begging the question. For example, let's take a look at the law of non-contradiction, which says something cannot be true and false at the same time. Science itself depends on this law every time it interprets data, performs calculations, or even draws conclusions. But science cannot use experimentation to prove that the law of non-contradiction is true. Any experiment trying to prove that the law of non-contradiction is true would already have to presuppose it to make sense of the results. Once again, science for logic fails. Last but not least, the S in MEALS stands for, ironically, science itself. Science cannot prove the justification of science itself. What do I mean by that? Let's look at, for example, at the process of the scientific method, the process of observation, question, hypothesis, experiment, analysis, conclusion. We cannot prove that method is true by using the scientific method. What else could I mean? Let's look, for example, at the laws of math, the laws of science, the laws of nature, the laws of physics. Science already presupposes these to be true and does science with these laws, but cannot prove they're true by doing science. Well, that is it for today's video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.